Hi, it's me. I am at my crafting desk. I have 3 desks in my small little house, and this is my first desk actually. So I'm trying to maybe make things a little bit better. I usually don't sit here, so I don't really know what it's going to look like. I think I like it better with this off. It can just be dark. That's fine. My room is kind of trash. You can kind of see how messy it is. And we don't usually make the bed, so suck it. I just don't enjoy making the bed. And I'm trying to get this with a magnet. Usually B helps me with stuff like this, but he's in the shower right now, so we're kind of on our own. Like I said, my bed's a mess. Let's pretend like I make my bed. Whoa, so nice, so clean. And this is just what I usually wear, so you guys can just deal with that too. Sorry, it's just real life. I'm not one of those good influencers that actually is gonna do 3 hours of makeup just to get on live. I'm jealous of them because they have that kind of motivation, but I don't. Maybe one day. Some days I do feel like doing makeup, but most days I don't. So I'm going to share this to some people like I always do, because the people that get on mean a lot to me. And I don't know who's on. So like normal, I just kind of randomly click buttons and see who's available. One of these days I'm going to hit a random person. So I'm just going to apologize in advance if you wind up getting here because I just randomly clicked your name. Sorry. Not really. I'm glad if you join. But some of my friends are in the UK or something that I talk to online, so they're probably don't message me right now. Or I have one friend, I always send him a message, and he's in Australia, so he's probably leave me alone. But anyway, this is, like I said, desk 1. I have 3. So I have 1 in this room. I have 1 in the living room, which is my Pokemon card desk, and then I have a 3rd desk, which is upstairs, which currently is my Lego desk that you guys have been seeing me at lately. But I'm going to try to set up some stuff over here because I'm going to try to work on my resin more, and I need to because I have way too many Pokemon cards. So I like to make these. I got these molds from my friend Ryan as a birthday present. They're put away right now because I haven't been using them. But I have a ton of cards, which I have. This card is actually for Scott. Sometimes he gets on. And I just haven't mailed it to him. Part of me just keeps holding off because he's actually local and I keep thinking that I'm going to see him. The color obviously is not going to be very good on this video just because of the lighting in here being bad, but all of my windows are boarded up. You can't come in. So this one, I tried to match this tealy blue to the blue that's on the card. I think I have pictures of this on one of my Instagram accounts. I think my art account. I have a crafting account, and I think it's on that one. The only thing I don't like is that I think I set it down on something, and so the back got a little bit scuffed up, but that's because I'm still kind of practicing. But I've made other ones too. So this is a mud kip. This was a test one. I made another one that was better than this. This one got really messed up on you can't see it, but it got messed up. This one I made for Jordan, and I forgot that I had it here. So I need to take that to Jordan at some point. This one I made for myself because it's a Toxel, and that's one of my favorites. And you can't really tell, but I kind of made it look like there's acid or something going through it, which is cool. This is the coughing that I made. I forgot I made these for Jordan and Landon, so I need to take these to them next D&D session. This was the first one I tried to do a smoke effect in, which I think turned out pretty good. I should move it this way. You can see it better because the wall's purple here. These were a haunter test that I was doing. I didn't like how this one turned out, and I made a couple of them because I was trying to get a haunter. I made a haunter, a Gengar, and a mud kip, and I sent them to the UK to some people there, some friends. This was the Gengar that I originally made, but I had to make a second one because the card, like, you probably can't see it very well, but the card like lifted, and so that wasn't acceptable for me. But I did a whole bunch of tests. I have more of these put to the side somewhere. I want to learn how to make them into shakers one day, but I haven't gotten that far yet. And this one is for my kid. He picked it out. He wanted a rainbow Togepi. So you can't tell, but it is a rainbow Togepi. And I just have to put the color here. And he said he wanted black keys, so eventually I'll put black buttons in there. I need to get new molds, though, because I've made a lot of these, and I feel like my molds are starting to get a little bit weak. So I probably need to make more eventually. But I got these silicone molds. They had them at Michael's. And they're supposed to be pet tags, but I kind of think that this could be cute as like a little keychain that has a Pokemon in it. So I'm going to test that out at some point. I think I'm going to put down a clear layer of resin, and then I'm going to cut out, like, some of these smaller ones would probably fit. Sorry, camera's in the wrong spot. Some of these smaller ones this one's a bigger one, might fit in some of these. So I'd have to put, like, obviously a dog Pokemon maybe in the dog bone shaped one, or like a fish Pokemon in the fish one. But they have these circle ones too. So I think I might be able to cut like the face out and then put it in there. So I think I'll put like a clear layer first and then lay this down behind it, and then maybe put like a swirly effect or something behind it, and it should shine through, and then it'll have like a cool color on the back of it like this. But I don't know. So that's going to be a whole testing process to see if I can make keychains. This one was cool because it came with the keychain chain parts, but I wish they weren't gold because I usually don't do much in gold. I say as if I don't have a gold nose ring. That's because I lost the balls on my silver one, so I'm stuck with the gold one for now. But it comes with 10 of the O-rings, so I'm hoping that I can make it work with this. This was on sale anyway, so I was like, I'll just give it a try. I'm trying to find a lot of different crafts I can do with Pokemon cards because I wind up with a ton of doubles, and it just makes me really frustrated because I hate holding on to stuff like that. I want to use them for something because the art is so cool. So, like, my sister got me these, like, mini frames before, and I was gonna use them for embroidery, but they're a little bit too small for the embroidery stuff. I don't think I have those over here. Oh, yeah, I do. So I want to get little frames for these. So I make like Pokemon cross stitch. But when we got the frames, we just picked some random ones. So like obviously this is like way too small for that. But I don't want to waste them because I have like, I think this is all I have left. But they're like weird shapes. So I was like, well, I don't want to throw them away. So I like cut out the little ones and put them in here, and then I kind of just colored in the outside with black, which I didn't finish, you can tell. And then I was trying to decide if I wanted to pour resin in here, but it's gonna like leak out because the back doesn't really have, like here, the back doesn't really have a closure there, so the resin's gonna come out there unless I close it off. But otherwise it won't be shiny unless I try to find some kind of little like bauble or something in the jewelry making area, and maybe I can find something that fits in here. And then I can just glue it on top to kind of make it more convex and a little bit more medallion-y looking. Otherwise, I was thinking about using these as like dollhouse furniture. You could use them as like pictures that hang in a dollhouse or something that's small. But I made a couple different ones. And I just picked random duplicates that I have. So it wasn't like I picked a specific Pokemon. And I did my best trying to make them look cool. Let me think what else I had. I have another one over here. I made a Bulbasaur one. I think this one turned out cute. But I'm wondering if I can get jewelry. Like I was saying, like a jewelry making kit where you have like a charm and then you put a little thing in it and then you put a thing on top of it. Kind of like some people make eyes for doll stuff where you can like print out the eye and then you put like a thing on top of it to make it look more like an eyeball. But I'm wondering if I'm going to try something like that for some of these smaller ones, or, you know, if you get like something that has multiple evolutions, like Reloom, right? And then on the corner, they have like the teeny tiny little mini one. I'm trying to decide if there's a way that I can cut those out, because a lot of times I use this and then this part gets thrown away. So I'm like, I wonder if there's a way that when I cut this out for a different one, I can save this little one and make it into a different craft. Because I'm really big into using as much of it as I can. So I am hoping maybe sometime I'll go to Michael's and I'll look. But right now I just have like a bunch of like random ones on my desk that I'm trying to decide what I want to do with. I got these colored and then I never finished making them. I was trying to find the right shape Pokemon to go in it. So like, I think I was thinking about like a Vulpix. Oops. Trying to get it in there like that or something. I don't know. That's why I had the Totodile card over here. And I have him, Absol, and then I have a Litten over here too. And then I had the 2 different shapes. So I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with them. So I have these and then the backings and the little screw pieces for the top part. So I have those. I just haven't figured out which ones I want to do. And I still have other shapes, but some of these are like smaller and like weird shapes. Like I have teeny tiny little circles that I'll probably use for like one of the little side bits or something. So I might work on that at some point. We'll see. Oh, I have a Shinx over here too. They're actually one of my favorite Pokemon. Maybe that's weird. But my desk is like full of projects that I'm trying to work on, and like doll heads. I talked about this head not that long ago. I have 2 little Fee sitting by me. I have multiple real Fee legs. Her eyeball just fell out. It's just a glass eye. This is a face up I can't decide if I'm going to keep or not. I'll just shove that eye back in there for now. I actually did pretty decent. Put it on my head shelf. I haven't cleaned my desk in forever, so that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. I just have like random thumbtack up here. I have resin. Let's kind of aim it at the desk here. So now you can see what my desk looks like. It's an absolute disaster zone. Usually, I don't know if that made it worse or better. Turn on my desk light. It's stabilized, I think. So it's kind of a mess. This is like, I put down a piece of cardboard. I think I'm going to switch my cardboard out soon because you can see how messy it's gotten. It's got multiple projects worth of resin and stuff on it. And I try not to touch it too much because, you know, this I use to get the bubbles out. It's just like a regular, like torch, I guess. I don't know. And I keep all of my little extra baggies because I use them for other stuff. So I wind up hoarding things that I don't need. And then I don't like touching this stuff without my gloves because sometimes it goes other places. But I have a ton of different resin. And then like this one I didn't want to waste, so it's been flipped upside down for a while trying to save it. But I'm not really sure if I have any good resin right now. I bought some a while ago, but like resin goes bad. And I know because I've had some and it never fully cured and it was like acting all weird. And so yeah, I need to be careful with that. A random paintbrush. Who knows why I have that here. My pens. More cardboard that I just keep for stuff. I have some nail stuff over here. This is not where my nail stuff goes, so I'm going to move that while I'm over here. I have like a drawer over here where I put nail stuff. I'm trying to get more organized with my life, guys. I made this. This was one of my friends made a pattern, and the color is like off and stuff like on the little feet tentacles because I was making it as a pattern test, and so I made it, but I didn't have like all the right stuff, and I never bought the eyes and everything. I think I was gonna use buttons or something just to finish it, but I didn't ever get that far. So he just sits on my desk right now, and I have like doll clothes. I really like using these kinds of little containers for my doll clothes. So this is like a specific character's outfit, so when I switch them around I have it all together, and I have some that have like their hair and their face plates, and I keep them like this too. Let me move Let me move Sylvia out of the way. So like this is a specific wig that goes to a specific character. And I have, like, this goes with an outfit that I don't have the whole outfit in there right now to try to keep it together. This one I haven't put anything in there yet. And then this one has face plates in it. Those are Pookie Fee face plates. And I got more heads over here. These are all legit. I think I posted all the proof somewhere. This has, I think, my bunny ears and stuff in it. They're so cute, though. I need to get them out and play with them more, but it's hard. Maybe I'll start doing that on here. I don't know. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Sneezing. So I'm going to just push these out here for right now. Kind of get them out of the way so I don't get them dirty. And this little box is so cute. Some companies send their eyes in it. And you just open it. And I have, right now, I think I just have lemon jelly eyes in here. They did not ship this way from Lemon Jelly, but I have a lot of Lemon Jelly. They go by Melon Pan Market now. But I have a lot of their eyes. Because I used to get most of mine custom. So I have a lot of those just laying around. Okay, I think I got it slightly organized. I have some pens and stuff over here. Some pencils, because I'm constantly having to sketch stuff out. Put that with my massive junk over here. So we kind of did make some progress. I have tape, because you never know when you need to tape stuff. My scissors. These were shoes that I was working on. You can't really see. I drew the design that I wanted to embroider on them. And I did get pretty far on this shoe. So you can see, I'd seen people were kind of like getting into embroidering shoes, like their Converse for a while. So I was like, oh, that's something I could totally do. And you can buy these shoes like on all sorts of like drop shipping places for pretty cheap. And I was like, well, I could buy these and I could just customize them however I wanted for my characters. But this material is really thick. And so I never like figured out exactly how I wanted to do it. And with Converse, the shoe's bigger. So it's like easier to get in and out. But this is such a tight space that it was really hard to get some of the designs to work. So I kind of was trying to figure it out. And then I set it to the side like most people do and forget to ever work on it again. So it's up there in my pile of junk. And I have more doll shoes over here. Which these are just in the wrong spot. These shoes used to light up, but I think they've been long dead because these are old. But they were cute because they have little wings on them. And they used to light up when you tapped them. Like I said, they're old. These boots go with a specific character. They need to go in the doll bucket. Well, it's a drawer. It's not a bucket. That was dramatic. I don't just dump things in a bucket. Well, sometimes I do. And I'm looking and seeing what's going on online. So I'm still here. I'm just checking my phone and making sure I'm not missing anything and that I'm not running late or anything. It's been kind of crazy at home because somebody decided that it was a great idea to like drop a whole bunch of puppies at on our farm, and obviously that's not good. And I feel bad for the puppies, but I'm just not really a dog person, so I don't really know. We're trying to find people to take all the dogs in, the puppies, and if not, we're trying to find like a no-kill shelter or something to take them. But hopefully we can just find people that we trust to take the dogs. Anyway, so I talked about some stuff. I have some more resin, like I said, I want to try. So maybe, I don't know, I guess I could start doing some of that. And I did have an art project that I finished recently. And this is for a friend. So I'm not going to show like the whole thing because it was a baby announcement. And I don't really want to announce the whole baby's name because it's not my baby. So I'm going to fold it over just so you can see. And I'm going to I'm gonna do this so you can see the little butterfly I made and the flowers. The flowers just duplicate on the top, so you don't have to see the baby's name to see that this is also going around the top where the baby's name is. And anyway, I finally got a frame for it, and so I washed the thing last night, and I just have to cut it down to size. I was letting it dry because usually I will lay it down in like a towel and let it air dry overnight, and then if it's still not flat, which this one isn't, it still has some bumps in it, then I'll go ahead and I will get my iron out and I'll put it on a low setting. And you want to make sure you iron it with something on top of it. So you don't want to iron, but you don't want to iron any type of embroidery. So this was what I was talking about. You don't want to iron any embroidery directly on. Usually you want to flip it upside down, and then I put a towel and then I just use a lower setting and just kind of press it out because it's pretty delicate. But I got this frame to put it in. I just got it from Walmart, but I really liked this frame. She said she wanted a white frame, so I think this one looks pretty cute. I don't think my embroidery is bigger than this though, so like I won't use the matting. I'll probably just use it on the back to just kind of help keep it in there so it doesn't shift around. But yeah, so I won't need the matting part. I could also keep it and do something else with it, but I don't think I need to. But I have a little care package for her. And then I also got her baby this, which her baby's not like a baby anymore. I'm just really behind on my crafts, okay? Like, sorry. But I got this cute little onesie. I'm like obsessed with Halloween clothes. I bought Kieran more Halloween clothes lately. And it comes with this cute little bib. I still have Kiki's first Halloween bib, actually. It's hanging in the kitchen because my kitchen is also Halloween themed, which so is my room. I don't know if you guys can see over there, like is the start of a Halloween wall above the bed. So all the rooms in my house are technically Halloween themed. You can probably almost see like there by that lamp that's hanging on the wall. Well, on the table here, that's a Demogorgon. And then there's the lamp, and then that's a haunted house cat, scaredy cat sign. And then above that is a white sign that says something about happy haunted house. And then in my room, we got my Borderlands area right here, which I have my Psycho mask and my blade. And I got to meet 2 really good cosplayers that I really admire. And then up there, that's us meeting the pink and green Power Rangers, Tommy and Kimberly. I did that with my sister, so that's there. And then this whole thing is just a mess. This is all like my accessory area, I guess. And in the mirror you can see reflected, I have a Mothman on the wall, I have a skeleton over there, and then I have my 21 Pilots BS over there. And in my bed, which you guys can't see, like it's all stuffies. Like this whole like little attachment was supposed to be a co-sleeper thing, but it's literally just full of plushies. And then the other side of the bed also is like completely full of plushies. We got way too many freaking plushies in my house. But anyway, that's what we're working with. Trash bag. Who doesn't use them as trash bags? I have a bin down here of like clothes I want to alter for me. This I'm going to put in her bag. I don't think she's going to see it, but I got her some like stuff that she likes for the mom, for my friend. Some like little different self-care items. And then I got this funny book that technically we got this book as a gift, but I'm regifting it now to them because it's their turn. Like my kid's old enough that it's not needed for me anymore. But anyway, I want to finish that frame and everything and get it all good so that I can go visit and like drop it off and everything. But life just kind of got crazy, and I know like that's common. Life just gets crazy, and I just need to figure out a way to balance it better because I'm not very good at it. And I did mention Mothman in my description, and this is why. I mean, I've mentioned Mothman a couple times now. Random cosplay wig. I need to put away. But I got the Mothman Magic the Gathering set specifically just because I wanted the Mothman card. This is not the card. This is just from the packaging, but I'm going to keep it because I think I'm going to cut that out and I'm going to try to make a craft out of it because of course I am. And then I do have the card, of course. I have the full card set in the card box thing in the deck. And I want to eventually go over them. I kind of wish we would have gotten more of the Fallout cards because they're really cool. But they were really expensive. These sets were way more. Like, I'm used to buying Pokemon cards and, like, they're expensive. But holy macaroni, are Commander decks expensive. Like, these are so much more expensive. So that's why I'm keeping all the packaging because I honestly think even, like, this packaging, I can cut this out and make something out of it. And then there's these mini cards on the back, and I'll probably cut out the ones on top and see if I can make something out of it, at least as a test. And then realistically, I can probably use the rest of the box for something just because I like using trash like that for, like, if I'm trying to mix colors or something. I don't like get a pan. The only thing that I am pretty bad at is I do use single-use resin pouring cups and mixing cups. I haven't gotten good at using the silicone ones, and I always seem to not clean them right, and they get sticky and gross, and they freak me out. So I will say this is the only negative thing. But when I do this, I try to mix big batches so that, like, this cup might make the same color like a couple different times. So I try to pour as much as I can. And then the extra resin, I have like random molds that I've gotten over time, and I just pour it all in here and then make it into like a little like tray or whatever, just so I don't waste it. Or I have dice molds that I'm still trying to figure out how to do. But like these still need to have the flashing and stuff, I guess, taken off. But I didn't do these right, so the one sides just did not come out well. I made a full set. I was really trying to do this right. But I don't know what I did. I just, like, they look cool, but they're not really usable because they're not good. But they look cool, so I might even use these for a different craft and, like, glue them to something, or maybe pour them inside something and then, like, pour something on top of it. Because they're still pretty. I made them nice and sparkly. I have a set, actually, of real dice that look very similar to this blue. And I think I also have a set in pink. So I might use this for something different. I still have the molds. I just haven't figured out, like, my brain hasn't wrapped around how I can do it better next time yet. So I probably just need to watch some more videos, I guess, and, like, try to figure it out. Here's some random Monster High I found at Goodwill that still look pretty good. I have her actually in a box over here. And so now I have an out-of-box one that's already kind of trashed. So, like, if I want to do something to it, I can. But for, like, almost $3, like, it's not bad. And she's my favorite. I always liked Twyla. She's usually one of, like, shorter. Kind of like, Draculaura is also usually shorter. But I like her. And then I honestly just got this one because she was $3. So this one might wind up getting sent to Giggle, honestly. Because she does cool stuff with dolls. And so whenever I see, like, dolls and I'm like, it's in too good a condition just to, like, not do anything with. But I also might be brave and try to do something. I used to do face-ups on dolls, but I just wasn't very good at it. And I didn't have as much time to practice it. My hands are so shaky. I get really disappointed in that kind of craft really easy. So, yeah. I do want to make, at some point, like, a bulletin board kind of thing where I can put my pins, like my acrylic pins, because I have a lot of those, but I just haven't done that. I actually saved, like, I have a shirt and I thought about using this shirt and then using, like, I don't know, cardboard or something behind it, because this shirt came out like when Skyrim came out and I got this shirt, so I kind of want to use this in some way for a craft, but I haven't decided how I want to do it. But it's just gotten really, like, old, and, you know, like, white shirts just eventually start to look really dingy, so I haven't wanted to get rid of it because it means a lot to me, because I've had it for 10 years or however long it's been out. But I also, like, You know what I mean? I don't know. I know I can be pretty weird about stuff like that, so that's just the way that I am. But anyway, I might work on some resin then. I have this stuff. I'm trying to see what I have. 1 and 2, step 2, the hardener. So I might try to pour at least the clear coat of these, because you have to stir it for so many minutes, and I think I have time. So I might try to put a clear layer in all of these that I was talking about earlier. And then probably maybe next time I do a stream, I'll try to put the stuff in it. I might even have to pick the cards that we're going to use. Let's go ahead and open it and just see what it's like. So these aren't going to use as much resin as the cards. And it's kind of weird because like these are like attached together. So there's actually 3 like little bins there. Same thing with the cat ones. They're like together. And then the fish ones are together, which I could probably use like that for a wishy-washy or something. And then you only get, it looks like 2 of the dog tag ones. And then you get the pack of 10 of these. Which, like I said, they're gold. So I'm going to keep that in mind, hopefully. And if this works, then I'll just go buy more chains and, or O-rings, whatever they call these. Yeah. So, and they're just like regular little rings. They feel like cheap little rings. I don't know, whatever. Let me come over here and see what I have over here. And see how I have like just random molds. So like when that mold's full, I might use like this mold next time and just pour all my extra resin in it so I don't waste it. And then you get like just little trays like this. So it's got a little bit of a lip. And then you can put stuff on it, or you could just, I don't know, stick it somewhere and decorate something with it. I don't know. I'm getting a stirring stick. Looking at my old ones, checking to see what I have over here. Oh, here's one of the trays, like the ones I'm making now. But it's just literally random, like, colors that I had left over. You can kind of see it's not the prettiest, but it's technically a working dish. And you can't see, this is actually more of a purpley color in person. I guess when you put the light through, which you guys can't really see, it does have like an orangey color to it, but whatever. Here's what these molds look like. But they're starting to get rough. Ryan got them for me a couple years ago, so I've made quite a few of these. I think they came from like Russia or something. I'm not sure. But I have seen more of these on Etsy, so I need to just buy more. I think they even have some on Amazon now. They did not whenever I first wanted to try this. And I do have a chest that I'm going to try to make, but my brain does not understand how to do that yet. Like, it is not wrapped around. So my hardener is kind of looking a little yellow, but I'm going to try to use it anyway because I don't want to waste it. But I got some of this on clearance at Walmart, and so I want to try to see if it will even harden. So I'll test it out and see. Let me get gloves though, because I don't open this stuff without gloves on. Resin in general just leaves a really like disgusting texture on your hand when you accidentally get it on you. And I know it's super toxic, so you don't want to get it on you anyway. If in the case that you are doing resin, you usually don't want to do it in super enclosed spaces, which I do, but I don't do a lot of it. And then I usually leave and I'll cover it up. So whenever it's drying, it's covered. I just use like a Tupperware that I just flip upside down. So that way it keeps the dust from getting on things. And so that's why I do that. And when I make it, I'm probably just going to make a little bit because it seems like this is going to be a lot or not very much because it's so small, and I don't want to fill it too much because I want to fill it to the end. So let me try to switch this back to my desk. he was so smart. He put a magnet on my webcam so that way I can stick it to random stuff that has a magnet. And that's how we've been doing it. So this resin is a 1-to-1, and you just have to stir it for 3 minutes. I have to use latex-free gloves because I'm allergic to latex. So that's why I have these blue ones. They're a little bit big, but I do my best. So we're going to try to use what we have first. And then, which is this one that's already been open. But I'm not sure if it's going to work well. And I'm going to use this one first because this one also has already been open. And hopefully I won't make too big of a mess, which is why I have my cardboard down. And like I said, I'm probably going to change my cardboard out here soon because it's starting to get a little crazy. These, you can get them pretty cheap on Amazon. Again, I know, bad me, because I'm using a non-reusable method here. But for me, that's what's working right now. But I only do this like a little bit. I'm not doing this as like a job or anything. I'm gonna go a little bit more maybe. I think that looks probably like about 3 drams, which is I don't know how much. I'm gonna put that there, and that was step 1. So then we gotta put part 2 in there. So I need to go up to 6 now, and this comes out way faster. You really want to get your measurements pretty close too, because otherwise it will not look right. And now the big part is stirring it. I like to use wooden sticks for this, but they also do make reusable silicone ones, so like don't feel like you have to use popsicle sticks. That just works for me personally. And you want to stir it. I think the instructions say for about 3 minutes. Usually I'll put a song on or something while I do this because my hands are occupied, so I can't really do that much else. And you just want to stir it. It's going to look pretty cloudy right now. I don't know if you guys can tell how cloudy it is. Let me turn the light off so you can see. I don't think that made it any better. You can kind of see how cloudy it is. And you want to stir it basically until the cloudiness dissolves as it's getting incorporated. And if you stir too fast or too hard, you're going to make bubbles in it, which to some extent is not preventable. Like you're going to get some bubbles in there. But if you stir slow, usually you're going to have better luck not making a whole bunch of bubbles. And if you really don't want bubbles in it, then you can also let it rest for a little bit between pouring it. But usually I just pour it. And a lot of times I will, you can kind of pop them. I use, like I said earlier, the flame. I'll use some flames and melt it. But you have to be careful when you use fire because you can melt your mold too. So you have to be really careful with that. And I try my best to take care of my molds, but sometimes it's just a little hard. I'm pretty rough on stuff. It's why I tend to buy a lot of my stuff used, like most of my dolls I've mentioned before are used, and it's because I'm just rough on things. I just want to play with them so hard. And I'm not strong or anything. I'm just a doofus. That's all it is. So we're just going to keep stirring. This is the boring part. And if I know that this works, I'll go ahead and finish my kid's Togepi. He's been asking about it. I made it like forever ago. And then he forgot about it, and I forgot about it because I was working on getting my upstairs office figured out. I like having my downstairs desks though, and I like having my stuff separated. So this desk is the only desk that's a desk. My Pokemon card desk is actually a table that we just pushed up against a corner. And that's where I usually work on putting my Pokemon cards away or looking at my duplicates and doing minor paper crafts over there. And that's where I've done a lot of my previous streams. I usually do them in that area. And then my upstairs and my new desk, we were cleaning out one of the old rooms, and B doesn't need his workbench anymore. He's got like a new setup for him painting his minifigs. And so he said I can have that, which is awesome because I really needed something up there. we're still decorating and stuff up there, but we're making a lot of progress and I'm pretty happy with it. I think doing this kind of stuff, like streaming and everything, has helped me a lot with keeping in touch with my friends and just being more motivated to do things. So I kind of even thought about doing a stream where I just work on my book and just like talk to you guys, because it's kind of like body doubling, right? So I'm like diagnosed autistic and sometimes I really struggle to do stuff, but I do it more if I know somebody's like sitting in the room with me, especially if they're doing something different. So like one of my favorite activities is like just being in the same room doing something as long as somebody else is there. So that can be anything. Like B even will put two TVs side by side in his upstairs man cave room, and like I'll play on one TV and he'll play on the other TV, but we're just like together. So maybe if I like set up a stream and then I just stream while I'm working on a book, I'll like start working on it a little bit more seriously. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a lot more clear. You can also see the bubbles in here. Maybe you can tell. Yeah, it just feels good, right? So I like keep thinking like maybe I'll set up my stream and I'll just like be typing and like occasionally saying stuff, because I feel like maybe I'll get more done. I really want to finish this poetry book ASAP because I have my the catastrophe artist that's technically done. I just have to format it for Kindle. And then I have one that I could technically do for Halloween if I wanted to get it done. You should put pictures in it for me. If I send it to you, you should draw stuff. And then we can like, I think that would just be cool. I'll message you about it because I think that would be cool. I like your art a lot. So I don't want to overfill these because like I said, I'm mostly just trying to get a clear bottom so that I can then put a card on top. And I'm going to make all of them because this is a test. So we're just going to make all of them so I can test different things in them. And this is how I do it. You can get pipettes. I see a lot of people get pipettes for this. But I don't use pipettes because I'm already having to waste a stick, which I can technically use twice because there's two ends to this stick, right? So the one side's going to dry. And then I'll be able to use the other end of the stick. And that's my brain process. So I know this takes longer and it's more annoying. But I'm already using this stick, and so I'm not wasting using this stick. So I just need to make sure I get it in all of the crevices of the mold so we can have a nice little flat clear surface, and then we'll lay, eventually this will have to dry. I think it takes at least 24 to 48 hours to dry, and then I'll do it. Hi! So I have not really played much of the actual trading card game. As lame as that is, I've been collecting since 97 or whatever. I have original base set cards from when I was a kid. But back then, I think I talked about this last stream too, there's like really nobody at my school that was actually like really into Pokemon. So there was like a brief period when we were really little, when it first came out, that it was kind of like cool to like Pokemon. But that went away really fast. And so I was like one of the few people that was still really into Pokemon. And so we didn't have anybody that really played the actual card game. And I don't have neighbors. Like I live so far out. It was just me and my sister. So we never knew how to play the game. I had a cousin that played Yu-Gi-Oh! So sometimes I would play Yu-Gi-Oh! With him. So I understood that game a lot more. And then when I got to college, everybody wanted to play Magic the Gathering because it was starting to get popular. So I played a lot of Magic. But like the Fallout cards I showed earlier, that Mothman set, I probably am not going to use any of those in a playable deck. I just wanted them as a collectible, mostly because it had Mothman in it and I'm a sucker for him. But I know I have so many of those, the code cards. I used to give them away to somebody when I worked at GameStop, and he would come and he'd pick them up periodically. But now I don't have that. So I made a layer. It's about 1/3 full in the cat mold. So I'm going to push that to the side and I'm going to work on the others. There are some bubbles.